Christmas is a time for celebrating and giving back. Here at Shell Point, this was a time to say thank you to all the employees who keep this community running on a daily basis. This December, every employee was recognized with a generous monetary gift courtesy of the Employee Christmas Gift Committee. Shell Point then offered its own appreciation by throwing a special luncheon. There, Resort Dining Services provided a festive feast including an overwhelming delicious array of items. One of the popular tables was the homemade dessert tray. Employees got a small chance to relax as they walked through the 50 years decorations and even had the opportunity to join together in a festive photo booth. It was a grand golden anniversary celebration that brought together members of every department for a joyous celebration. And for the cherry on top, SBTV put together a special Christmas video featuring many of the familiar faces you see here at Shell Point every day.
Hey, good morning, Dave.
Getting ready for the Christmas lighting tonight.
How long have they been doing that?
I've been here since 1984 and they were doing it long before that.
So you must have seen a lot of changes. How did this all get started?
Do you have enough time? There's been a lot going on here for a number of years.
Hey, Wendy, you wouldn't believe the story I just heard.
Yeah, what?
Did you know that somebody donated the land to Shell Point?
Wow, that's awesome.
It's fantastic.
They used the land to build the island.
It was actually called Shell Point Village back then.
And it was just a bunch of mangroves and bushes and sand and beach. There was nothing here.
Oh yes, isn't that when Shell Point's first residents, the Torgersons, moved in? Now what building was that?
It's Teladora.
So they built more garden apartments like Macoma.
And Nautilus.
And Royal Bonnet.
And Periwinkle.
And Coquina.
And Sandollar.
And Solana.
And Camille.
That's Cameo.
It was a super busy time. Oh my gosh, you wouldn't believe it.
Then in 1970, they opened the medical center.
What? You mean to tell me they've been here for 48 years? No way.
That's not long. I've been here 30 years. Now that's long.
The pavilion came after the medical center? What year was that?
The pavilion? That was 1971.
And in 1973, we built the village church.
In 1975, they built the mid-rises.
They were spending a lot of money on construction.
Yeah, those were some tough years financially.
I know, I remember.
Hey Glenn, did you know in 1977 Bernard King became the executive director? No, I did not.
By the 1980s, things finally smoothed out. In 1986, Peter Dice became president.
And that's when things really heated up.
And in 1987, the King's Crown was built, and we've been a happy family ever since.
Hey Rich, you know after they built King's Crown, they built this wonderful 2-story maintenance facility?
Yes, I know that, because I remember when I used to park here when this was just a field before they built this building.
That's crazy.
Ain't that amazing?
It's amazing.
It's amazing, I'll tell you.
And this building is huge.
Y hay mucho más en este edificio, incluido el almacén.
Light construction.
And the call center, one call does it all.
And of course, human resources. And the employee health office.
In 1991, they built Harbor Court.
1995, they built Sandai.
1996, they added the hurricane shelter.
And then the new guardhouse.
Then the Welcome Center!
La isla de Shell Point se hizo más grande de lo que iba a ser. Or at least that's what they thought. คุณจะไม่เชื่อว่าอะไรจะเกิดขึ้นข้างหน้า
So in 1996, we purchased a large parcel of land to expand Shell Point.
And that tripled the size of Shell Point.
And that's when they changed the name from Shell Point Village to Shell Point Retirement Community.
And next, they built the Woodlands neighborhood.
And construction begun here in Oakmont.
And then Rosemont.
Then Quam Lakewood.
Parkwood, Sibylline, Raphael, Travail.
It was then they decided they needed a second assisted living facility.
In 2005, I remember when they completed the arbor because I was here.
During that time, Shell Point took the construction of this beautiful golf course.
So Shell Point got so big they had to add a third neighborhood.
Yeah, that's right. That was Eagles Preserve. What year was that built?
Let me check. You know what? I don't know the answer to that, but let me see if I can find out. Hold on one second. Hey, Claude, do you
What?
remember the year that Eagles Preserve opened?
Yeah, because that's the year I started at Shell Point, 2007.
Really? Good
Yeah.
information.
Yeah.
Thanks.
And you know what happened next?
What?
That's when they broke ground on the rehab center at the Larson Pavilion.
That was in 2009. I remember that.
Yep.
Remember 2009? That was when the economy tanked and things were really rough for everybody in the area. That was 2009 when that happened. Remember?
10-4, I remember that. But thankfully, Shell Point stayed strong both financially and spiritually for both employees and residents. And in fact, they opened FineMark National Bank not too long after that. Hey Terry, when was FineMark opened?
FineMark Bank, 2010.
Yeah, 2010. Thank you.
I just ran into Kevin and we were talking about FineMark Bank opening in 2010.
Wow, well in 2011, the community thrift store opened and it's been an awesome experience, especially for all the residents coming there every day to volunteer their time and their talent. It's just been amazing.
With a growing population, Shell Point needed to expand.
That's right. That's why they turned the Country Inn and Suites into the Springs.
Soon after they built estuary.
And at this point, Shell Point decided to add more amenities.
In 2014, they finished the Life Quest Aquatic Center. Give me some jumping jacks!
In 2016, they opened the doors to the club.
On a 2-story, 35,000 square foot facility.
Wow, that's amazing.
That includes our fitness and aerobics.
Don't forget about the 2 restaurants.
And of course we have a fully equipped pro shop
and the salon.
Also that year, Martin Chappelle became president.
Boy, he's made a lot of improvement.
Like construction at Center Court, like the pickleball courts.
There was a wonderful investment in the Woodlands with
A completely remodeled Palm Grill.
And the blend.
And the beautiful Serenity Cove.
Like the Art Center, eventually.
And the recent addition of Connected Living at the Springs.
And the brand new Cristo.
Along with extensive renovations to the Springs.
And a new welcome center at the entrance to our beautiful community.
Well, that's some story.
And it's just getting started.